What's good?
See, normally this world is saying like that, we go but really we just halfway. This just part one.
Revamped.com.
About to get right into that 2K.
She might have to lie for me.
See, normally this world is saying like that, we go but really we just halfway. This just part one.
Revamped.com.
Gangsta Brazil. She might have to lie for me. You might
Late
have to
night
trap
stream,
me.
we in this
I
thing.
got mouths to feed. You know they got bitches that'll die to be. The bitch that'll die for me. Strap drugs to her body and fly to me. But you get too
Three
high.
lighters, nothing in it.
And you don't even believe in Jesus.
Why you wearing Yeezy sneakers?
She ain't never swallowed semen. I don't even believe her speech. You can't even keep it secret. Why you at Victoria's Secret? You don't even believe in peace. I'm fucking you with both my fingers. Maybe I'm not your lead, bitch. You know there's no more me, bitch. You need to show more cleave, bitch. V-neck polo tees, bitch. You need to patch your weave, bitch. You need to pack your things, bitch. You on some I had a dream, shit. It's back to reality, bitch. She don't even roll a weed. All she do is roll her eyes. All she know is social media. We don't even socialize. I feel like North Korea, even though we oceanside. All I say is Mama Mia. She don't even know her moms. All she says is this your pussy. She say that to most of the guys. She don't even know it's dry. I can't even open fire. She don't even close her eyes. She don't even close the blinds. She spit all over the D. I'm sticking like porcupines. She don't even compromise. I still make her come 3 times. I still make her snort some lines and make her look so surprised. I still make her recognize, make her exercise to a sexier size. Then I tell her how to tell better lies. Now her extra guys think she never lied. We got a better bind, we have a better time. She got a wetter pine. I come ahead of time, and the second time, and in record time. I'm a New Orleans nigga, make a second line on my Megatron. I got her legs up like the Omega sign, and I know she rolling cause I check the ties and I check the eyes. She a little rough around the edges, fine like checkers fries, and the ex was mine. She requested 5, so I gave her 2 and told her stretch to high. We had sex to 9, ate breakfast tired, fell asleep eye to eye, down died. Then she woke up high like oh my god and tried to rectify. But if you're naked, why? If you mesmerized, be mesmerized. If you scared of love, I'm dead to find. Gotta make it mine, I'ma make the guap. Gotta take your time, I'ma take the shot. I'ma wake the block, I'ma break the lock, then rape your thigh, then shake the spot. I'ma shake your hand when I see you out. I'ma shake my head when you turn around. Cops shake their head when they see your house. We shot it up, but look like we burned it down. Horror scene, bitch. Every day Halloween, bitch. Kidnap, hide and seek, bitch. I'm a legend like Socrates, bitch. I aim at your collard green, bitch. Bada boom, bada beam, bitch. I'm looking for a solid, clean, bitch. I tell her, look, honestly, bitch. You ain't gotta lie to me. She might have to lie for me. You might have to trap for me. You know I got mouths to feed. You know they got bitches that'll die to be. The bitch that'll die for me. Sticking to a nigga like Siamese. And you just on the side of me. And you don't even like Adidas. Why you ain't?
Business has been going great. We've grown so much, so fast.
Cook that shit up, Quay.
Revamped.com. World
Duke, I
premiere.
see you. Little baby. Neighborhood. You know how we rollin', nigga. Whoever don't like it, strike it, nigga.
Gangsta Brazil.
That's my dog for sure. That's my dog. We pullin' up in the road. Me and my dog. Together my dog's back. I'll give up all of these hoes. Together my dog's back. I'll give up all of these hoes.
Hoodie baby really, really rich. Hoodie baby pull up with the click. Hoodie crippin' rollin' with the 6. Riding in a Rari bumpin' nip. Black and yellow bitches on my stick. Black and yellows treat me like I'm Wiz. Hustle in Atlanta like I'm Tip. College bitch tweaking for my dick. Hit a college parking like I'm Tit. I want turkey pasta with the shrimp. That ain't have shit to do with this. 30 bitches tell me I'm the shit. Juice man screaming 32. Juice man screaming 32. OJ know my number's 36. Diamonds crib walking on my chest. Send a package right to Boulder Crest. I heard y'all boys sipping quality. Y'all some politicians. Yeah, we politic, but fuck a politician. You be smoking Bobby Brown, new edition.
Run off with your bitch, she change her number. Ran into another bitch and fumble. Money talking more than Brian Gumble. Too much shit on my mind, I need a plumber. Made love to a horn, change my number. Pull up on a boat like I'm Columbus. Tongue all in her throat, all in her tunnel. Pussy monster, I'ma need a muzzle. Wake up Sunday night and go to live. A bitch back at the crib trying to live. A pool in the bag, I let her swim. I give her phone back and let her film. Free will like the good will. She real thick, waist real lil. Weed real bright, it look teal. Coke real white, it look clear. 0 to 100 to a mil. From nothing to something to a big deal. Gotta keep it trill in the field. I ain't cash money no more and I put some carrots on my bitch ribs. Put some carrots on my bitch fist. Put some carrots in my bitch ears. Okay, bass money, let's go. And them hearts go out to Vegas, keep it real. I just met some strippers on the strip. Flew to Miami, take a trip. Flew back to Vegas with some gifts. That's just how it is. Ain't tricking if you got a nigga rich. I feel like say nigga live. Dedication 666. G-Wagon on 6 wheels. They in their feelings, fuck how niggas feel. Coke in the car, man, there's no more bill. I'm sipping that Evander, hold it still. This is that codeine overkill. My mud cooler than soldier feel in love, but all these hoes is weird. These hair triggers, I might grow a beard. Crazy, yeah, but you know the drill. I'm way up there, you right over here. Have you ever seen a light hit my grill? I stand there and smile in the mirror. Snap my fingers, dollars appear out of nowhere, and I don't do L's. And I married the mob when I was like 12. Turned out well like Tom and Giselle. I ain't reading text cause I'm reading checks. I don't text cause that is finger sex. Then I'm turning off my ringer next. Airplane mode, no, I'ma need a jet. I'm dope, babe, I need a needle set. Chains rocket, can't see the neck. Pockets crowded like the Beatles set. I drop it off and give me a seat to that. Whip milky and my sip filthy. I sip the shit just like it's healthy. Who spilled it? Wait, my bitch guilty. Uber, she be Miss Dilly. Sincerely, yeah, it's yours truly. Call me Tuna, hoes call me Tunchi. Rockin' Louis while a pop brewing with a Chinese bitch that look like Tatsui. Told her straight hoes I'm taking. Told her gay hoes I'm vacant. Took some diamonds out of old bracelet. Put them on the quote to my statements. I'm a born slinger, born slinger. One more time, I'm a born slinger. Draco like a volcano. You can fuck around and get your star spangled. Barbaric, yeah, your bitch staring. I look very good, very. It ain't all about the werewolf. It's all about what the wolf wearing. You a pop cherry, yeah, a cherry bomb. We everywhere like the Marriott. Shot spraying like malaria. Hit your head like a triceratops. For my dog, I kill you and yo. Yeah, me and my dog. We pullin' up in a row. Hold up my female dog. She bout to put on a show. But to get my dog back, I get back all these hoes. See shit.
See, normally this why I'm saying like that. We go but really, we just halfway. This just part one.
Dat5.com world premiere.
Gangsta Brazil.
You gotta lie to me, but you might have to lie for me. You might have to trap for me. You know I got mouths to feed. You know they got bitches that'll die to be the bitch that'll die for me. Strap down to her body and fly to me, but you get too high to me, and you don't even believe in Jesus. Why you wearing Jesus sneakers? She ain't never swallowed semen. I don't even believe her speeches. You can't even keep it secret. Why you have Victoria's Secret? You don't even believe in peace. I'm fucking you with both my fingers. Baby, I'm out your league, bitch. You know there's no more me, bitch. You need to show more cleavage. V-neck polo tees, bitch. You need to patch your weave, bitch. You need to pack your things, bitch. You want some I had a dream, shit. It's back to reality, bitch. She don't even roll a weed. All she do is roll her eyes. All she know is social media. We don't even socialize. I feel like North Korea, even though we oceanside. All I say is Mama Mia. She don't even know her mom. All she says is this your pussy. She said that to most of the guys. She don't even know it's dry. I can't even open fire. She don't even close her eyes. She don't even close the blinds. She spit all over the D. I'm sticking like porcupines. She don't even compromise. I still make her come 3 times. I still make her snort some lines and make her look so surprised. I still make her recognize, make her exercise to a sexier size. Then I tell her how to tell better lies. Now her extra guys think she never lied. We got a better bind, we have a better time. She got a wetter pine. I come ahead of time and the second time and in record time. I'm a New Orleans nigga, make a second line on my Megatron. I got her legs up like the Omega sign. And I know she rolling cause I check the ties and I check the eyes. She a little rough around the edges fine, like checkers fries. And the X was mine. She requested 5, so I gave her 2 and told her stretch to high. We had sex to 9, ate breakfast time, fell asleep eye to eye, down, died. Then she woke up high like, oh my God, and tried to rectify. But if you're naked, why? If you mesmerized, be mesmerized. If you scared of love, I'm dead to find. Gotta make your mind, I'ma make the guap. Gotta take your time, I'ma take the shot. I'ma wake the block, I'ma break the lock, then rape your thigh, then shake the spot. I'ma shake your hand when I see you out. I'ma shake my head when you turn around. trap for me. You know I got mouths to feed. You know they got bitches that'll die to be. The bitch that'll die for me. Sticking to a nigga like Siamese. And you just on the side of me. And you don't even like Adidas. Why you ain't years of sneakers? She ain't never had a threesome. I don't even believe her speeches. She don't even believe in freedom. But all she giving me is freebies. You don't even believe in peace. I'm fucking her with both my fingers. Sick shit.
To be continued. To be continued. D6.
They got a spider on there. The Sharkleys? The hell? Huaraches. I ain't seen the Huaraches in a minute. You know, that go kind of hard, you know. Damn, what was my shot? It was 72, 33. Yeah, it looked like that. It looked something like that. Alright, my phone finally charged. Or charged. Yeah, I believe it is. Why you sneakers? Alright. I like that swing default. I feel like that's gonna get blocked. Oh no, this Uber app might be tripping. Let's see what we got here. What's the difference? I know I wasn't tripping when I seen two of these. I just want the one that's the most money. Damn, I like that follow. He kept his hand up. Maybe I press skip past this part or something. But I don't know, that's crazy. I never had got a quick save or nothing. But it's cool. Hopefully I can get to the team I want to get to without having to be traded and stuff anyways. That kind of took a hit from my player.
Welcome, everyone, as we get our first look at the future of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and as always, I'm joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Today, we're going to get a chance to watch the top prospects in the draft battle it out here in the Rookie Showcase.
All the stars of the past March tournament on display here, and no doubt everyone on the floor will be looking to make an impact and turn some heads.
You know, all the focus won't be on the guards, as there are some very intriguing big men looking to up their draft stock.
Should be fun.
So let's take a look at the State Farm starting lineup for the Stars. We've got Davis. He's out there with Foster, and it's Brown in at the 5 spot. And for the Elites, Jackson in at point guard. He's out there with Turner, and it's Patterson in at the 4 spot. Here's Dixon. The shot is off. The Elites go the other way with it. Outside Jackson. Backs him down. For the 3. Gets the bucket. Patterson's got the first points up on the board here for the Elites. Dixon guarded by Jackson. Davis kicks to Brown. Six to shoot. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
You have to have such a great feel for the ball to get a finger roll like that to go.
Left side Jackson. Shot from the low block, and it's good off the glass. And so here are the Stars. It's a 3-point game. Passes it to Davis. Now Brown. Tipped. And here comes the break. Here's Jackson. Drops in the breakaway layup. It's on D. Backing down is Brown. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dixon. A finger roll finish at the bucket.
Boy, he's come out strong offensively, hitting a good percentage out there right now.
Here's Jackson. No good on the 3. Here's the Stars with the ball. They trail by 3. Reed, Turner covering, and that one's good. Here's Jackson. About 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Picked up by Brown. And Turner kicks to Jackson. There's the 3. Rebound the Stars. Here's the break. It's off his foot. And it's being called a kickball. And the Stars making a change here. It's on D. Park, guarded by Jackson. The feed now to Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That puts them in the lead.
This has been the start that they had hoped for, coming out knocking down 4 of their first 5 shots.
Outside Jackson. Can they get it? Gets it to go. Jackson's got 7.
They strike right back with a 3 of their own.
Steve, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball.
Here's Foster. Another 3 for the Stars.
And these two just going at it from deep now.
You know, it seems like what's going on here is anything you can do, I can do better territory.
The Stars with the lead. Guarded now by Jackson. Right up. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got his first points in this one.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Deflects the pass. Takes it up, and it's blocked. And the Stars leading by 4. From past the arc, another 3 for the Stars.
This is exactly what you'd expect from a player of his caliber.
No, he's putting these scouts on notice. I mean, he's for real. There's no question about that.
Jackson up top. He's got 7. Here's McDaniel. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
You know, when you talk about size and explosiveness, this guy's definitely got the goods.
And that's part of why he's so highly regarded. I mean, he can make plays that other people simply...
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
Here is Mason. Just 5 to shoot. Turn corralled. The Elites trailing. Even numbers. Here's Jackson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And here are the Stars now. They're on a 15-6 run. The 10-footer. The shot no good. The Elites go the other way with it. It's one-on-one. Puts the lead pass in front of them. They now take the lead. He has 5.
And the word coming is this guy can flat out score.
Well, he's shown just that, putting points up in a hurry.
And so they foul intentionally.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
And he not. Here's Martin. And the Elites decide to take their first time out here. Here's Martin. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for the Elites, Jackson in at 2 guard, and it's Patterson in at the power forward. Dixon covered by Martin. Here's Foster. He feeds it to Davis. Here's Park. Oh, that's blocked. But they get it back. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points. He's got 8. Here's Martin. Kicks it to Jackson. Left side Jackson. Patterson. And it's blocked.
Boy, he's really been active on the glass.
And a nice bonus from him. I mean, if he can rebound like this in the NBA, he'll make a team very happy.
The Elites leading. Takes a 3. And here's the fast break. Mason up top. Great ball movement. Here's Davis. Drills the 3-pointer. Davis has got 11.
And he's managing to do what everyone hopes to do, and that's really demonstrate his talent.
Yeah, it's been a good showing for him. A lot of pressure in a game like this, but it seems to have brought out the best in him.
Outside Jackson. This one for three. Can't get it to go. Now the Stars take it the other way. Everybody's running. Here's Dixon. Hangs in the air. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And here now the Elites. They haven't trailed by more than 7. Outside Jackson. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 12.
You know, I think he's opened some eyes with his performance out here.
Yeah, not one of the really big names here, but I think he's playing well.
Time called here. The Stars decide to talk it over. The Stars making a switch here. Here is Mason. Park covered by Martin. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Martin.
Oops. You got to watch it if you bring the ball down when you're on the low block.
And the basket good. Jackson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Man, that's the problem when you don't protect the ball.
Exactly. When you surrender the ball like that, you put your defense at a huge disadvantage.
Backing down is Brown. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, that's a bad miss right there. I mean, you'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
Wide open look. Patterson can't get it to go.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
This is to Mason. Three-pointer. The Stars again missing. Davis against Jackson. And here is Gibson looking for his first bucket of the game. He goes up. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Boy, that takes a lot of strength to finish a play like that while you're getting fouled.
Boy, and he had it on display right there, partner. I mean, that was muscle. That was strength on display finishing that shot.
Now a timeout called by the Stars.
This run a definite concern. They've lost all momentum. And they need to try to sort this out right away.
And the Stars have possession. It's a 5-point game. Here's Reed. Will it go? The Elites leading by 5. Here's Jackson. From outside, off the mark.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting.
You leave tomorrow?
No, Thursday. Okay, you leave Thursday. Yeah, I got a little bit. I'll probably see you again. Oh yeah. I told Keith I probably well, I told Ty. She don't cook some turkey.
Some turkey leg.
Up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Tell you what, that guy's got a little sandpaper in his game. He's a pretty player, fellas.
That was some dirty work he did to get that put back up and in.
He fought his way for that hoop. That was impressive. Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game,
Elites lead by 1. Welcome back. In the first half in the books for the NBA Rookie Showcase. These young prospects still raring to go.
And still time for these youngsters to make their mark, Kevin.
Sometimes all it takes is one play or one sequence to illustrate a player's potential, and that's all it takes.
On the floor for the Stars, Davis is out there with Foster, and it's Brown in at the 5. 5 to shoot. Here's Dixon, and it's rejected. Now the Elites with it. They lead by 1. That's blocked. Stolen by Jackson. Ripped away. And here they come. For the lead. A pull-up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
There's a lot of contact there. Good call.
You know, he bombed his shot, but he still got a pair of free throws out of it.
That one is no good. And here now the Elites. For 3. Good. Jackson's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Elites.
I'll tell you what, 3-point shoot.
Here's Martin. Jackson in at shooting guard. And it's Gibson in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game right now for the Elites. The Stars trail by 7. Park guarded by Jackson. Pass to Davis. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
He was just a hair away from making that steal.
Steve, I like the instincts there. Terrific. To see the pass coming and knock it away, well done.
Leads on D. 7-point differential. Clock at 4. Douglas kicks it to Foster. With the clock winding down, cannot hit. So the Elites will take it the other way. Outside Martin. Outside Jackson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
No good on that one. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. The Stars trail by 7. Here's Reed. Here's Davis. Elites with the rebound. Martin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jackson up top. Inside. Here's Walters. And he converts the layup. And the Elites lead by 9.
My, you have to be impressed with some of the passes he's making out there.
He's showing some great court vision.
Here's Martin. Outside Jackson. Back to Martin. The tray. That's good. Martin's got 23 points.
A great showing for him today.
Well, you know, we talked about where he's projected to go in the...
So it's the Elites.
Oh, we won. Oh, won. This should put me on the Bucks, I think. At least like top 8 picks, I think. Stars. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna sell this.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us. So much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. As a point guard, we really feel like we can offer you something amazing, something no other team in the NBA can offer. With Steve Nash's career winding down, you have the chance to play behind and learn from one of the greatest point guards to ever put on a uniform. Once Steve decides to hang it up and you've learned everything you can from him, the starting point guard spot is yours. How can you say no to that?
Well, that's definitely an interesting proposition. I was more hoping to start right out of the gate because I know I'm good enough, but the chance to back up Steve Nash and learn from him, that might be too much to pass up. You know what? For the best interest of my career, I would definitely be open to that.
Give him a little hesitancy, but...
All right then, one more. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
That's a tough decision. On one hand, this is the in-between period where there are going to be some hard times. On the other hand, there is a light at the end of the tunnel where the talent all comes together and good things happen. The question is, do I want to spend the first part of my career on a struggling team? I don't know the answer to that.
I really want the Bucks, so I tried to still leave.
Okay then, I think we got what we needed. Appreciate you taking the time to meet with us.
I tried to leave the door open with them, but not like 100% open. I'm closing the door completely with these guys.
Hello, and nice to meet you. I'm the Director of Player Personnel for the Utah Jazz. My scouts have expressed a lot of interest in you. Before I can give my blessing to use our draft pick on you, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, to make sure you'd fit in with what we do here. I really think the first piece to getting this franchise back on track is to find and develop our point guard of the future. The point is the one position that can really make or break a team and change the overall direction of the franchise. Looking back at the Hornets, look at what Chris Paul did for that team. We want a point guard who will do the same for us, and we think you might be that guy. Convince us of that.
Don't want to. Don't want to play in Utah.
Yeah, honestly, I think this team's just too raw. I feel like if I came to Salt Lake City, it would be the me show. I need to have some experienced vets around to help me grow and to help me win. I just don't see that happening here in Utah. Sorry.
Okay, last question. We realize that here in Utah, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Utah Jazz, someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Utah Jazz. Are you that person?
To be honest, I'm a big city kind of guy. I don't think Salt Lake City has the type of vibe I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have a great organization and a great fan base. It's just not for me. That cool?
You ain't got no choice for it to be cool.
I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. Best of luck to you in the draft.
He sounded disappointed. Might be going to the Suns, look like.
Greetings, I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Pacers. We have the 15th pick in the draft, and we're looking at potentially using this pick on you. First, though, we would like to get to know you better by asking you a couple of questions. Let's get to it. We feel like we already have good point guard depth on our roster in Darren Collison and George Hill. Where would you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Thanks for the short question, bro. Get right to it.
Look, I'm not really a fit with your current roster. You guys already have some nice point guards on the roster, guys that would cut into my playing time. I'd rather go to a place where my talents would be best used, and I'm sorry, that's not Indianapolis.
Next question. This is a question we ask all our potential draftees, and I want you to answer it as honestly as possible. Where do you see your career going? What do you hope to achieve out of your career? Ultimately, what do you want your legacy to be?
Me? I want to be the greatest of all time. If anyone answers you differently, well, they're either lying to you or they don't have the competitive fire to be great. I don't want to be great. I want to be the greatest. I want rings. I want MVP awards, all of those accolades. I want people to talk about me 50 years from now, and they will. Just watch, man. I've got the fire. I've got the drive, and you know what? I'm ready.
So don't draft me.
Okay, I think I've heard all I needed to hear for now. You're definitely someone we can use on our team. Now we just need you to be available when it's our turn to pick.
Please, bro, don't pick me. I thought I made it abundantly clear. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say. Hopefully it's the Suns. Yeah, they got one to the Suns. The Rockets picking up their Paul Ford. I thought I was good enough to do it. Damn, he had 8 rebounds. He was hooping.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight marks the realization of a dream for the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. For those of you watching on television in more than 200 countries and territories, and of course to all of our wonderful fans right here, thank you for joining us. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started. With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Doug Martin from the University of Michigan. With the second pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cliff Davis from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Derek Gibson from the University of Tennessee. With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Larry Douglas from the University of Florida. With the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Nick Brown from Boston College. With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Brad Mason from DePaul University. With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Raymond Rice from the University of Illinois. With the eighth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Aaron Dixon from the University of Kansas. With the ninth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Eric Anderson from Louisiana State University. With the 10th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Sam Park from the University of Minnesota. With the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select George Turner from the University of Oklahoma. With the 12th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Ricky Reed from Purdue University. With the 13th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Dennis Jones from Stanford University. With the 14th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Sean Richardson from Tulane University. With the 15th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select the 19-year-old point guard from Xavier University.
That just pissed me off. Disappointed, ain't I? I think I'm gonna request a trade to the Bucks.
Welcome everyone back and tipping off the NBA season. State Farm presents our starting lineups. First, for the Pacers, Darren Williams out there with Lance Stevenson. And filling the paint, the big man, Roy Hibbert. He's a big part of that presence down low. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Hansbrough in at the power. Jackson comes in off the bench for his first playing time in an official NBA game.
Well, there was so much hype surrounding this guy on draft day. He was a first-round pick, talented kid, and this club felt very good about landing him.
Well, it's Fisher cut bait time right now, fellas. I mean, now we get a chance to see if all the hype was warranted.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
Yes, guys. He told me, I want to dare them to bring the ball inside against us today. We're going to pressure them on the perimeter and force them to come inside against our shot blockers. He's got a lot of confidence in those guys down low, gentlemen.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. Clark, what's your take on that?
I like the mindset they're coming in right now. I think it's the right mindset. A strong defensive effort from them today. I mean, I think it's essential.
Steve?
Well, no question. If they can have success defensively, they're going to create some offensive opportunities for themselves in transition.
Here's Granger, off target at the rim.
And what I love about Danny Granger is he's really good at both ends of the floor. A versatile defender, he can rebound, and of course offensively, he's dynamic.
Here's Williams. Granger outside. He kicks it to Jackson. Fires the three. Gets it to go. Jackson's got himself on the board with three there. Jackson gets the bucket. And a moment to celebrate here. Those are his first official points as an NBA player.
Well, he's already shown he has a great work ethic, and that's key because he's trying to develop into an everyday player out there.
Here's White, off the inbound pass, gets it to go. He has five.
Clearly, a defensive breakdown there, guys. They didn't play him close enough on the inbound and then gave up the triple.
You know, the one thing that's held Danny Granger back early in his career, he's had some injury issues to deal with.
Yeah, he has, but last season I thought he was pretty healthy. And
tie game in Detroit. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of...
Hello and welcome to the HP Halftime Report.
I don't get why they drafted.
At Amway Center, the Magic with the win over the Bobcats.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. The season of Pacers trail by 7.
Well, the Pacers handled themselves pretty well against the Eastern Conference last season, 28-24. And they seem to be a team on the rise. They've got a lot of young talent. And having made the playoffs last season,
here is Williams. He's guarded by Bynum. Gordon against Jackson. The three-pointers right on target. And for the Pacers last season, finishing 4 games under 500, but they are an ascending ball club as they made the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So
You've just played your first official NBA game. Did things go as you expected?
I was just about to starting on the Rockets, bro. I'm so salty that it didn't say.
No, they didn't. I was hardly out there. Coach keeps telling me they want to bring me along slowly, but that's just crazy. Get me out there more. I know I can contribute a lot more to this team in the starting lineup. Getting bench minutes is just keeping me from breaking out that much longer. Did MJ ever come off the bench? Magic? The answer is no. So I shouldn't be either.
Hey, my boy hot. My boy hot. The trade request is coming. I promise you. I told him I didn't want to be here. Hey, the local fan support went up. They was like, yeah, he was definitely knocking them down. Yeah, they heard me mention Jordan name. It was like, hey, I like this guy. So we only 10 games through the season. We probably get traded through like game 11 or 13. So we're through 13. We got a long time, which is kind of good. Last who I ended up on Charlotte, they ain't had no key games. We went halfway through the season before I got a key game. I didn't want to play 5 games before I requested a trade. Dallas want me? Yeah, so I want to request a trade. So I put Bucks. Honestly, I'd rather play with Dallas. I play with Dallas, and then I wanna go Suns. Who else would I play with? My fucking cat going crazy. The Nuggets, no. The Rockets, no. The Spurs, Suns, Thunder. Let's go with the Suns. Yeah, that's the teams. Like I said, I would love to play with Dirk. Luka might be decent. They still gonna have JT. So we're gonna just fall out of every game until we get traded.
Hi again, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. Certainly some confidence for Indiana with the win in their last matchup against the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, it was just a terrific night. Shooting the ball, everything was going.
And earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Lawrence Frank. What'd you find out, Doris?
Yes, guys, he told me I want to dare them to bring the ball inside against us today. We're going to pressure them on the perimeter and force them to come inside against our shot blockers. He's got a lot of confidence in those guys down low, gentlemen.
Thanks, Doris. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, you know what? I think the game plan for a lot of teams, really good teams, starts with good D. So it's pretty much what I expected to hear.
And for this club, that's the way it should be. I mean, they need to send a message defensively right away. When you take it to your opponents on the defensive end of the floor, it sets the tone early. I have no idea why he was fouled.
Here's Collison on the court for Indiana. Jackson, he's in at shooting guard. Artest is out there with Steven Jackson. That's Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison at the point guard.
You are really living dangerously if you let him roam free in three-point land. He's a dangerous marksman from out there.
And that concludes the first half. We'll be right back from Detroit.
And welcome, everyone. In Boston, the Celtics end up losing to the Warriors. Can't quite.
Curry about 40 piece. 10 games into the season.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair. Here is Bynum. And there's an intentional foul, but I'm not quite. Here is Stuckey. And you know, as Steve was just saying about the youth and options for the...
Word is spreading around the league that you've made it known you aren't happy here and want to be shipped to another team. Can you set the record straight?
I definitely can.
Yeah, I've talked with management. I ain't got nothing to hide. I've got my eye on a different situation. And I'm just trying to see what it would take to get that to play out. The #1 priority for me is to always do what's in my own best interests. We'll see what happens. I know I'm a valuable asset, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're able to work something out.
League-wide popularity. Like, we like this guy. He is entertaining. It's giving Dylan Brooks said us. Only thing so we got back-to-back games.
It's the home of the Pacers as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from Indianapolis. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Not many wasted trips down the floor. That was a very efficient game for them offensively.
And Steve, they really fed off of each other too. I mean, good.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to speak with Frank Vogel for a minute. He was quick to praise the work his players have been doing on the defensive end, and he thinks that will make the difference this evening. When it's smart defense versus smart offense, the defense usually wins. Guys?
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly Clark and Steve about defense for them early. Here's Stuckey. He's coming off a 25-point game against Indiana. And And so we conclude the first half. It's the Pacers. They lead.
Welcome to HP at the half. Boston came away with a win against the...
Jackson in at shooting guard. Steven Jackson is out there with Lance Stevenson. And there's Collison, and it's Artest in at the 5 down low. That's the Pacers 5. Here's Jackson, and the 3-ball is good. And the Pacers lead by 14.
You give him any kind of space, he's going to knock that down.
Here's Williams. On the court for the Pistons. Greg Monroe and Ben Wallace, they're inside. Rodney Stuckey out there with Dragic. And it's Villanueva in at the 3 slot. Jackson. That 3 off the mark.
It's a clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Stuckey kicks to Dragic. Guarded by Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Villanueva passes to Monroe. Here's the 3, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game, and that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Williams. He kicks it to Jackson.
Clearly, he's worn out his welcome with these fans.
You know what, Steven? I wouldn't be surprised if he's rethinking some of his comments about now.
And there's an intentional foul, but I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, tough to explain that one. It looks like he just lost his focus.
The Pacers making a switch here.
They was talking about me and the fans not liking me. Guess we don't care.
Your teammates appear to be growing more and more frustrated with your inability to show restraint during interviews and whatnot. They even appear to be freezing you out a little bit on the court. Any message you'd like to send to them?
I'm about to get real disrespectful.
Look, if these guys want to freeze me out because they don't agree with my opinions, what can I do about that? I have my suspicions on a few guys freezing me out, but we're grown men here. And let's be honest about something. Who would freeze me out? I'll tell you who. Someone who is content losing. I hate losing, all right?
I like this one a lot better. I ain't gonna lie. The league popularity is going up. They here for the smoke. It's quite hilarious. Hey man, how can you complain? I'm shooting 100 from the 3-point line. Give me a 5 point. Damn, bro, we're gonna have to play at least 3-4 games. Or they just send me to free agency. They just kick me off the team. Like 0-9, that's crazy.
It's Friday night coverage of the NBA. Kevin Harlan here, joined by the rest of our 2K Sports broadcast team. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. The Pacers couldn't pull off the upset of the Bulls in round one of last year's playoffs, but tonight they'll try again here in Indianapolis. So with Boozer on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Tom Thibodeau. The point he emphasized to me the strongest was the need for a sharp defensive performance. He touted his squad's knack for reading an offense and reacting accordingly. He said, we'll be ready for whatever they have in store for us. Trust me. Kevin?
Thank you very much. Here is Bogans. And the whistle blows. He decides to foul. And we finish one half of basketball. Bulls lead by 9.
Nothing can beat the NBA on a Friday. Out at Target Center, the Timberwolves with the win over the Rockets.
Here's Jackson, averaging 6 points per contest. From the arc, Jackson misses.
A lot of wins were piled up in last season's campaign by the Bulls, and a big part of that was their work on the backboards. I mean, they were a glass-eating team, far and away the best rebounding differential in the league.
Taking a look at the Bulls, Rose and Dang on the floor. Carlos Boozer out there with Taj Gibson, and it's Butler in at the shooting guard position. And they go to the... Here's Rose. Well, back to the Bulls in Chicago for just a second. They really asserted their will on the boards. You're right. And, Steve, I know that was a huge portion of their winning season. And so Chicago takes this one.
God damn, I lost close. Hopefully that was my last game in the Pacers jersey.
Your name has started to surface in the rumor mill with numerous teams reported to be interested in your services. How do the rumors have an impact on your play on the court?
It's not really a surprise to me that other organizations see the value I can bring to their team. As for how it affects me on the court, it doesn't. Simple as that. I've seen too much to let little things like that get into my head, you know?
You know? Let's see chemistry on that one. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm baffled. That's crazy. I'm too toxic, bro. I'm too toxic. It's crazy. I didn't expect this. Bro, they not trading me. That's crazy. I've never seen this before. baffled right now, bro. What's going on? Why is she crying? Bro, I'm baffled right now. I was like, why am I not getting traded? I think I was talking too much shit, bro. I think I was really talking way too much shit. Tim's is like, I don't know about him. I'm baffled right now. There's no way I thought I was gonna be on the team after talking all that shit.
It's the Pacers in Indianapolis as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest. The holidays upon us. It's that time of year. Why not celebrate with some NBA? Hi, everybody. 2K Sports welcomes you. And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion of today's game. Guys, they're up. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to speak with Frank Vogel for a minute. There is one main concern for them, he said, and it's their opponent's abilities to change and alter and block shots. To counter this, they hope to spread the floor early by knocking down some perimeter shots and see if that frees up the middle. Kevin, can they make shots? That's the question.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
Well, one of the things you got to do here, Kevin, and Steve, you can't afford empty possessions against this team. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, that's for sure, Clark. You got to make them count because you know you're not going to get a lot of open looks. So make sure you make the defense move the ball, try to get good looks, and make them pay.
Count that one.
Now, defensively, you have to question the effort, but nice play there. Well, the Pacers handled themselves pretty well against the Eastern Conference last season, 28 and 24. And they seem to be a team on the rise. They've got a lot of young talent, and having made the playoffs last season.
Here's Collison. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Jackson in a two-guard. Ilyasova out there with Barnes. And there's Collison, and it's Jackson in at small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Well, no mistaking how these fans are feeling about him right now. This is brutal.
Yeah, he'd like to go behind the curtain and hide somewhere, I think.
And for the Pacers last season. And the first half is now in the books. Pacers lead by 8.
Happy holidays and welcome to this. For New Orleans, a loss to the Bucks.
And the second half about. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Wilcox. Dragic is out there with Austin Day. Here's Jackson. And for the Pacers, Jackson in at point guard. Artest is out there with Steven Jackson. Then there's Martin and Murray.
Oh, he just seems to score so easily. The game comes very simply to him.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
I can't believe I ain't getting traded.
Your teammates appear to be growing more and more frustrated with your inability to show restraint during interviews and whatnot. They even appear to be freezing you out a little bit on the court. Any message you'd like to send to them?
Look, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Know what I'm saying? I can't worry about stroking the ego of my teammates. I'm here to be the best player I can be for this organization. If someone or something is stopping me from doing that, I'm going to open up about it.
It's crazy. I ain't got traded. My mind really blown. Finally, bro. Finally, bro. That hoe kind of look crazy. I want to see how they look. All right, man. We finally on a decent team. Let's look at the lineup. I mean, we still got KD, but they got rid of Booker. That's a little annoying. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ain't nobody watching this. I'm starting over, bro. I'm starting over, bro. This is the start over so I can grind when I come back tomorrow whenever I play. I like that name, Chase O'Neal. I ain't gonna lie, Chase Jackson's go harder though.
everyone. Welcome to the NBA Rookie Showcase, where we'll get a chance to see the great young and up-and-coming talent in this year's draft. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr.
All the stars of the past March tournament on display here, and no doubt everyone on the floor will be looking to make an impact and turn some heads.
You know, all the focus won't be on the guards, as there are some very intriguing big men looking to up their draft stock.
Should be fun.
So let's take a look at the State Farm starting lineup for the Stars. We've got Davis. He's out there with Foster. And it's Brown in at the 5, home in the paint. And for the Elites, Jackson is in at the point. He's out there with Turner. And it's Gibson in at the center, filling out the middle. And the Stars have possession. The Elites able to drain the 3. Passes it to Foster. Brown outside. Davis with a screen on Jackson. Back to Brown. 6 to shoot. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Right side Jackson. Leads him in there. Cuts off the pass.
Very nice. He planted himself in the path of the inside-out pass and pilfered it.
Kicks it to Foster. Here's Dixon. Oh, that's blocked. Quick start for the Elites in this one. 4-point game. Down low. Brown outside. Shot clock at 6. The Stars need to get off a shot. Can't hit.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Here's Jackson. Sinks the triple. Jackson's got 6.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Reed. Turner covering. Here's Foster. Over McDaniel. On the mark from 16 feet out. About 5.5 minutes left to play in the first. Left side Jackson. And the layup falls. 8 points for him.
And they're on fire. They've made 4 straight shots to get this thing going.
Left side, Brown. Now Foster. Over McDaniel. The rebound by Turner. Jackson with it. Foster on him. The 3. And again, it's the Elites with the 3.
You know, when you talk about size and explosiveness, this guy's definitely got the goods.
And that's part of why he's so highly regarded. I mean, he can make plays that other people simply can't.
So timeout called here, the first for the Stars. And the Stars have possession. Trailing here by 8. Here's Foster. Releases. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Here's Martin. 6-point lead. Outside Jackson. Left side Jackson. Goes straight up. Rebounded by the Stars.
I'll tell you what, it seems like all it takes is just a little bit of defense for him to be tentative on those layup attempts.
Davis. Banked in off the glass. Davis has got his second bucket.
This is exactly what you'd expect from a player of his caliber.
No, he's putting these scouts on notice. I mean, he's for real. There's no question about that.
Walters, started by Mason. Here's Jackson. The Elites again can't hit it. The Stars trail by 4. Now the dish to Davis. Working on Martin. Jumps up, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Here's Martin. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. He dishes it to Gibson. Goes up. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And the Stars have possession. It's a 5-point game. Knocked loose.
Great defensive work right there. The quick hands lead to the turnover.
That's good. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
You know what? I've got to admit it. I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well this kid's been playing.
Well, not a guy penciled in among those top picks in the draft, but he's certainly been right at the top of his form in this game.
And the Stars making a change here. We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter. Mason with it. Plenty of space. Good on the shot.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Here's Gibson. The Stars making the shot. Count that one.
Well, you've got to like the way he's been playing.
That's right, Clark. Competing at both ends of the floor, and he's showing the scouts what he can do.
Here is Mason, guarded by Jackson. And here is Mason. Clock at 6. From downtown, no good.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Here's McDaniel. Jackson pulls up. Jump shot is good that time. Jackson's got 12 points in the game.
They've been outstanding here in the first quarter. Great spacing, excellent passing, and the three-point shooting has been unbelievable.
The Elites leading by 9. Shoots. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. He's got 14.
Great start here early on, but they've got to continue to play well to maintain that lead.
Boy, I tell you what, really nice start for him here, guys. Getting after it both ends of the floor, you got to like that.
Shoots from the high post. Good. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Leads ahead, leading by 9.
I can't get over them purple shoes.
And welcome back, everyone. The Rookie Showcase proving to be a great event already. Lots of talent and a lot of energy on display here tonight.
And for these young prospects, Kevin, a great chance to improve their stock.
Well, you can already tell that some of these guys have made an impression. Credit them for taking on the challenge.
On the floor for the Stars, we've got Foster, and it's Douglas in at the power forward. Outside Jackson. There's the triple. That's good. Jackson's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Elites. The Stars trail by 12. Park covered by Martin. And they go to the intentional foul.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
It's on D. A 12-point game. The three is launched. The Elites pull it in. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Jackson. Misses the 3. And the Stars have possession. Down by 12.
tell you what, he's so strong inside that the defense wasn't going to allow him to get to the rim without offering a bunch of resistance there.
He gathers, and he makes good on the layup. Jackson's got 19 points. And the Stars have possession. It's a 14-point game.
Really?
Mark covered by Martin.
They mowed it.
Six on the shot clock.
I looked at the top, but it was fine.
Here's Park. The Stars again
Oh,
missing.
you know what it was?
The Elites leading by 14. Fires for three. They get it back. Another shot. Goes right up. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well, that is not the guy they want to drive the lane in heavy traffic.
Baseline jumper. And once again off the mark by the Stars.
You know, and the work he's been doing on the backboard, that's something to see.
And especially against this competition. I mean, he's showing he can bang down low.
Get there, get there.
Brown outside. Brown with a screen on Gibson. Foster passes to Douglas. And here's the Elites. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And so here are the Stars. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Time called here. The Stars decide to talk it over.
They seem to have lost their mojo offensively. Probably a good time out here to try to get a play in and jumpstart their offense.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Brown. Now the feed to Davis. To end the drought. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up. And like you said, they're making it look easy out there. Off to the fast start from outside.
Well, Kevin, shot making always makes the game look better, and it's much more enjoyable to call, and they're doing an outstanding job of finding each other, sharing the sugar, as we say, and knocking down the jump shot.
Building that confidence. Richardson, good.
Good vision he's showing. When the defense collapses, he's making the right decision.
Well, that awareness and understanding, that's something scouts and GMs love to see.
From outside the arc, and Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 10.
His ticket to the NBA is his great scoring ability.
He's putting it on display, guys. Getting buckets right and left.
Pushes up. The shot by Turner, no good.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Douglas against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dixon. Launches a three. Gets it to go. He has 7.
A terrific display of passing ability out there. I mean, he's doing a fantastic job.
And that's what we expected to see with his court vision. I mean, he makes things happen offensively.
Jackson kicks to Richardson. Straight up. It's blocked. The Stars trailed by 11. Dixon guarded by Jackson. He kicks to Mason. Picked up by Turner. Right side Davis. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Davis has got 12. The Elites leading by 9. Outside Jackson. Will it go? That's good. Jackson's got 24.
Well, another uncontested three there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Outside, Davis puts up a 3. The rebound by Turner. trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Jackson misses. And here are the Stars now, down by 12. Davis gets to Brown. Here's Mason. The Stars again missing.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Off the pick. And Jackson finishes inside. Jackson's got 12 now in this quarter.
And did you see the pick there? Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
And the officials call the foul, reaching up. And the first half is now in the books. Elites lead by 15. And we now return to the rookie showcase. And plenty of scouts and GMs still in attendance for the second half.
And still time for these youngsters to make their mark, Kevin.
Sometimes all it takes is one play or one sequence to illustrate a player's potential, and that's all it takes.
Jackson in at point guard. He's out there with Turner, and it's Patterson in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for the Elites. And the Stars have possession. 17-point game from 20 feet out. No good. So the Elites will take it the other way. There's the 3. There's the bucket. Good. Jackson's got 29 in the game.
Showing no mercy. They are getting after them at both ends of the floor.
Continuing to add to the lead as the minutes tick away.
Back to Davis. Patterson's there. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive. Hangs in the air. The Elites leading by 20. Takes a 3. Jackson misses. And the Stars have possession. Everybody's running. Pass to Brown. Backs him down. The pass to Foster. Shoots over Patterson. Foster, that's good. He has 6.
That was an important bucket. They're only 1 of 5 now, so they really had to get their offense clicking.
Here's Turner. Nailed from three-point land.
They're just giving up a ton of three-pointers.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to close out on a team when they space the floor and they've got guys that can shoot it that way and they've got it going, but you got to find a way.
Dixon, guarded by Jackson. Dishes to Davis. Elbow shot. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds in this game. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Stars. He feeds it to Davis. That's tipped. Here's Dixon. Puts up the baby hook. And it's good.
It's been a complete game for him, hasn't it?
Yep, I agree with you there. I mean, he's been in the middle of everything going on.
The Elites leading by 19. Jackson dishes to Turner. Good luck. And it falls a bit short.
That's a good shot. High percentage.
Can't complain about that one.
Shot from the wing. The shot is off. So the Elites will take it the other way. And here's the fast break. That's blocked.
You know, he seems a little further along defensively than I expected.
And, you know, rookies who can defend are a very rare commodity. This is impressive.
Takes it up. Davis. Dixon, guarded by Jackson. Second chance shot. Scooped up. He goes up again, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. First free throw is good, and the Stars making a change here. He doesn't get the second one.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the board. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Patterson a screen on Mason. Stolen by Mason.
And nice swipe there. You can see his eyes get wide open when he saw the opportunity to take the ball.
The Elites leading by 18. Now here's Turner. He's got 6. Outside Jackson. He passes to Gibson. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Count the bucket. 8 points for him.
A great showing for him today.
Well, you know, we talked about where he's projected to go in the draft, but with performances like this, he could be on the rise.
Now a timeout called by... Got a piece of it. Douglas with a screen on Martin. Here's Dixon. The Stars again missing.
You know, with very little defense there, that's a shot he should be taking and making.
This one for 3. The rebound by Mason. The Stars trailed by 19. The 3 ball. No good. The Elites with the ball. They have a 19-point lead. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Stars have possession. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
The first one.
2 shots. Substitution on the board.
Here's Martin. Feeds it to Jackson. Guarded by Mason. Here's Turner. A three-pointer is right on target. Turner's got 9 points now in just the second half. On the floor for the Stars. Foster is out there with Mason. And it's Douglas in at the 5. Here's Foster.
Turnover.
The Elite. So it's the Elite.
All right. Let's hope this go right. I just want the Bucks to be the first pick.
Hello, I'm the head scout for the Golden State Warriors. I want you to know that we're strongly considering you based on your performance tonight with our first-round pick, 11th overall. We'd like to get to know you a little better before committing to you. I'm sure you understand. We have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. We feel like we already have some great young guards on our roster in Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Look, I'm not really a fit with your current roster. You guys already have some nice guards, guys that would cut into my playing time. I'd rather go to a place where my talents would be best used, and I'm sorry, but that's just not with the Warriors.
All right then, one more. This team has a lot of momentum right now. We went through a rough stretch and had some recent draft picks that didn't work out. With guys like Monte, Stephen Curry, and David Lee, we really feel like we're on the up and up. We like what we've seen out of you, but how do you see yourself fitting in with the team?
Just the chips, please.
Look, you got some great young players on your roster, but I got to keep it real here, man. I really don't see it working out between me and you. I'm looking to jump into a winning situation, and you guys in Oakland don't exactly have a history of that. It's nothing personal. I just need to do me, baby. Know what I mean?
Well, I can see that we are not a match, unfortunately. Good luck to you on draft night. I know you just got done playing and probably want to catch a shower, so I'll keep this brief. I'm with the Bobcats, and we're picking 9th in the upcoming draft. We love what we saw in you tonight and want to ask you some questions to see how well you would fit in with us. Question number 1. I feel like we have our point guard of the future in DJ Augustin, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to DJ?
Man, I like DJ's game a lot, I really do. Ultimately, I think I'm going to be a much better pro than he is. I've got the physicals, I've got the smarts, and I've got the killer instinct necessary to take over a game. That being said, I'm not really interested in coming to Charlotte and having to fight for a starting role. I'm just a better player than that.
Next question. As a younger team, I feel like we have a lot of opportunities for you. I'm here to tell you that you have a chance to be our franchise centerpiece if you put in the work. How many other teams can offer you that? That being said, we still have a couple of years ahead of us where we're going to be acquiring young talent and assets. We might struggle a bit in those years. Are you going to be able to remain focused during the rebuilding years?
I'll keep this short and sweet. All I do is win, but I don't really see that opportunity right now in Charlotte. Sorry, I'm just not interested in losing.
I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. Best of luck to you in the draft.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. As a point guard, we really feel like we can offer you something amazing, something no other team in the NBA can offer. With Steve Nash's career winding down, you have the chance to play behind and learn from one of the greatest point guards to ever put on a uniform. Once Steve decides to hang it up and you've learned everything you can from him, the starting point guard spot is yours. How can you say no to that?
Man, you can't. It'd be an extreme honor to play alongside Steve Nash. He's a legend and a definite idol of mine. If you drafted me, I would listen to every word he said and use it to improve my game. At the end of the day, no one can replace a Steve Nash, but I would definitely do my absolute best to live up to his standards.
Okay, last question. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
Man, I love the idea that you consider me a centerpiece. That type of confidence in me, how can I not love the idea? I'm interested in making a name for myself in the NBA, and Phoenix sounds like a great fit to me.
Thanks so much for your time. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we would be ecstatic if you're still on board when it's our turn to pick.
Got the scouts talking shit. They say scouts say delusion about his vulnerability. Zach's great blow by speed off the dribble. That's crazy.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight we celebrate a new class of basketball talent that has made its way to the NBA. Their dedication and hard work and that of their families has paid off, and this moment is the next step in their promising young careers. It is also a time of extraordinary optimism and hope for the fans of our teams as they look for yet additional great players to make their teams better. The selections that are made tonight will be viewed by millions of NBA fans around the world in more than 200 countries as they make their way to become NBA players. Everyone is ready, so let's get started. With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Doug Martin from the University of Michigan. With the second pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cliff Davis from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Derek Gibson from the University of Tennessee. With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Larry Douglas from the University of Florida. With the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Nick Brown from Boston College. With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Brad Mason from DePaul University. With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Raymond Rice from the University of Illinois. With the eighth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Aaron Dixon from the University of Kansas. With the ninth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Eric Anderson from Louisiana State University. With the 10th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Sam Park from the University of Minnesota. With the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select George Turner from the University of Oklahoma. With the 12th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Ricky Reed from Purdue University. With the 13th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select the point guard from Mississippi.
I get to keep the purple kicks. Bro, I'm gonna get traded to the Suns. It wasn't for Devin Booker not to be on the team. We got a squad. We need a power forward. Right here, most likely gonna get traded. I'll just tell you that now. I'm playing fucking amateur. That one's gonna pop right there, purple, dude. I forgot it's gonna look different. He left-handed. That one ain't bad.
Welcome, fans, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with our analysts Steve Kerr and Clark Keller. So happy you joined us. This Arizona crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup for the Phoenix Suns. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
Well, and for the sake of bragging rights, it's in effect a best-of-3 season series between these two clubs. So they kind of want to get off to a good start.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Scott Brooks gave me a couple of minutes to catch up with him. Last season, Kevin Durant established himself as perhaps the elite scorer in the NBA. Coach told me he's very conscious of what the Durantula is capable of. He can make shots from three. He can drive in either direction. He can post up. There are simply no holes in his game.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Collison, no good. Going back quickly to what Steve mentioned, almost like a mini playoff series when you face a team 3 times in a season.
I think so. It depends on how soon you meet them within that season. Obviously not quite as important as the postseason, but you do know somebody's coming out on top after that third meeting.
Here's Maynard, guarded by Jackson. Outside Westbrook. Guarded now by Durant. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his first 2 points.
You know, when you look at Westbrook, he's not your prototypical point guard. I mean, he's a guy that can make passes, but he's much better when he's attacking the rim, looking to score.
Out to Carter. The three is launched. The shot, no good. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And what really hurt them in that game was their defense. They were very, very lackadaisical at that end of the court.
Well, I would agree with that. I give you that. I mean, they didn't play with the kind of energy and emotion they needed, but I wonder about the defensive scheme. I mean, in general, the coaching staff did very little to adjust to what the other team was doing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Perkins comes in for Nick Collison. And it's Ibaka in for Eric Maynard. And Clark brought up Westbrook's scoring. Steve, it's so easy for him. It just makes sense.
Yeah, he can get around anybody at any time. And I think sometimes it actually hurts Westbrook a little bit because, you know, he has to rein in his own talent and understand circumstances and situations a little bit better. But that's all going to come as he gains more experience.
Three-pointer, and that one's good. And that makes it a tie ball game. Jackson gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. Westbrook dishes to Perkins. Here's Ibaka. Oh, the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he did awfully well to thread that pass there into the paint.
Jackson against Westbrook. Here's Booker, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
I'll tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there, guys.
Here's Westbrook.
I know he liked that.
A 24-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. So here's Martin. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Here's Dowdell. Here's Muhammad, guarded by Fry. Muhammad, no good. Suns leading by 5.
You know, the Thunder guys showed their talent in the playoffs last season. I think that devastating loss to Dallas in Game 4 of the conference finals was where they finally kind of caved in.
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Paul George is out there with Nazi Muhammad. Then it's Maynard. Then there's Martin. And it's Dowdell in at the shooting guard. Guarded now by Jackson. Back to Martin. Dowdell kicks to Muhammad. Outside Martin. 6 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Hill. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Brad Hill picks one up.
And Clark, you mentioned Game 4 of that Oklahoma City-Dallas series. A 15-point lead for the Thunder with 5 minutes left in the game. Dallas came back and forced overtime. And I remember the Thunder's incredible fans, even amidst the most heartbreaking loss of the season. They were chanting OKC, OKC till the bitter end. They have diehard support there in Oklahoma City.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Gortat has come in for Channing Frye. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Michael Petras. From deep, Brooks. And yes, sir, that one drops. Brooks has got 6 here in this quarter.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Here's Martin. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Scott Brooks enjoyed a long career in the NBA before becoming a coach playing point for a lot of teams over the course of 11 seasons in the league.
There's the double team with Martin. Right side Jackson. From deep. No luck. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. Dishes it to Westbrook. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Now Westbrook. 6 points for him. And Perkins backs in. 13 feet out. And Kevin Martin again. And now it's only a 5-point Suns lead Going back to Brooks. Even won a title, Steve, with the 94 Rockets.
Yeah, he was a tough player. One of those guys who'd pick you up full court, 94 feet, defend and scrap and claw for everything. And not really surprising to me that he eventually became a coach.
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
And a chance to go for the 2-for-1.
Well, we'll see if they can do that.
Now here's Perkins. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Shoots over Gortat. Phoenix grabs the miss. Hill's got 4 rebounds in this game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Brooks misses. Here comes Kevin Martin. 10 points for him. Here's George. Pushes up, and he finishes nicely on the layup. George has got 14 points. Outside Jackson. That will count. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. We'll be right back from Phoenix.
And we're at the midway point out in Charlotte ended up with a loss to the
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested.
We got a good team for sure. We got a good team for sure.
After tonight's game, you're now officially an NBA player. Were there any nerves for you stepping onto the court for the first time?
Yeah, I'll admit, there were some butterflies tonight. This is something you work your whole life for, and I just wanted to go out there and really prove myself to my team. There's a lot of good players here, and I'm going to really need to work hard to prove my worth. Let's hope tonight was the first step in that, you know?
There's some good assists. I ain't making many shots, but... We're gonna find our role and our confidence pretty soon. Us being in the West and being a good team, we're going to have a lot of key games. And some rivalries.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Phoenix as the Suns take it to the hardwood at U.S. Airways Center. This is Kevin Harlan here, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad you decided to spend your Friday night with us. The NBA on 2K Sports. A look here at the Lakers starting group presented by State Farm. Odom, Powell, and Bynum, the front court trio. Derek Fisher out there with Bryant. And for the Suns, Hill out there with Durant. Then it's Nash. Then it's Gortat. And it's Booker in at the 2 guard.
Well, you talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers. All that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
So Phoenix. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Mike Brown and I shared a few moments. Defending Kevin Durant is one of their focal points in this matchup. He told me that Durant gives defenders problems because he can pull up and shoot at any time from any distance. He said usually you can try and funnel and trap a player, but with Kevin, there isn't really a way to force him out of his range.
All right, Doris. Bynum. He's guarded by Dudley. The shot. Bynum, no good. And Steve, you were talking about that differential, 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensively. With that rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they've got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom. I mean, those guys are long and really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders are scrambled, and you're going to be able to get a high-quality shot.
Outside Jackson, picked up by Artest. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Shannon Brown.
You know, you take a look at the Suns and the Lakers. Historically, the two powerhouses in the Pacific Division, they faced off in the playoffs a dozen times over the years. The Lakers have taken 8 of those series, the Suns 4.
Good overview right there, Clark, about that. The last 2 playoff series between the Suns and Lakers, both nail-biters, though. In 2007, the Suns came back from down 3-1, Steve, to win the series.
Yeah, and in 2010 in the Western Conference Finals, remember the Suns were right there in Game 5, poised to take a 3-2 series lead going on. But Ron Artest made that amazing putback that led the Lakers to victory, and L.A. went on to win the series in 6 and the championship that season.
Nash outside. The 3 from Dudley. That's good.
They strike right back with a 3 of their own.
Steve, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball.
Shoots from 12. Phoenix grabs the miss. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
I thought offensively, a lot of what they were doing really worked. But, of course, they found some gaping holes in that defense.
Steve, they had a bunch of success on even the most basic plays they were running. I mean, that was some pretty poor defense there.
Now here's Bryant. 17 points for him last game against the Warriors in Oakland. And Bynum backing in from close range, and that one's good.
And one of the things you love about Andrew Bynum, guys, is his hands. He's got the ability to catch the ball in traffic for a big guy, and then he's so long that he can finish at the rim very easily.
Durant. Bryant with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defender made a nice recovery there. It looked like he was beaten, but he still managed to challenge the shot.
Right side, Odom, defended by Nash. Odom, the pass to Bynum. Off loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Now here's Dudley. This one for 3. A nice shot by Booker. 8 points for him. Clark, of course, speaking of Andrew Bynum's great hands, he was coached closely by the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar early in his career.
And Kevin, you cannot
Here's Nash. 17-point game. Jackson in at 2-guard. Michael Pietrus is out there with Durant. Then it's Nash. And it's Booker in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. It's stolen by Odom. Nash against Fisher. Brown against Jackson. Bynum with it. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. Clock is at 3. And it's Brown missing. Suns leading by 17. Fires the 3. Lamar Odom pulls it in. Odom's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pulls from the top of the key. Drained for 2 points.
I tell you what, you watch this guy put it in the basket, and his scoring ability can just astound you at times.
For 3, Pietrus. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 5 assists tonight.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. something has to change for this D.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
The shot's good from Bryant.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And I tell you what, I don't see any sign of them slowing down.
For three, Pietrus. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Suns lead by 16. Here's Nash, and he uses the glass on the way. Nash has got 4 points this quarter. And the Lakers have possession. They trail by 18.
Guys, you know, the Suns didn't make the playoffs last season, but they were still the second-best team in the somewhat depleted and weaker Pacific Division.
Stolen by Jackson.
Excellent anticipation. As soon as that pass was in the air, he was on the move and picked it off.
Lakers trail by 18 from 17 feet out. Rebounded by Jackson. Well, Clark, how about this? You mentioned the Pacific. It was the only division with just 1 playoff team, the Lakers. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. That hadn't even registered with me.
Steve, you study the Pacific closely.
Well, the Suns were 9-7 in the division last year, but that's going to get tougher. Clippers on the rise. Golden State appears to be getting better. Sacramento with a lot of young talent. So I would expect the Pacific Division to get stronger this year. That was interesting. He was at a huge disadvantage size-wise, but he found his way to the basket.
Well, Steve, you know, giving up some height on the mismatch didn't really affect him.
And Booker kicks to Pietrus. It's good from long range. Pietrus has got 9.
Seems to be getting better as this game goes on.
The feed now to Odom. Now the dish to Bryant. Six on the shot clock. Fires for 3. The shot, no good.
It's been a struggle. It's not happening right now. He needs to settle down a bit and let the offense come to him a little more. He's forcing things right now.
Got a piece of it. Lyman with the steal.
That's 3 turnovers for him in this quarter alone, guys. He's got to be better with it.
From deep 3-point range, and he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. So as we conclude the first half, so far.
Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Out at Time Warner Cable Arena.
Damn.
Here's Odom. Off the inbound. There's the block. It's 1-on-1. So with Gasol on the bench. This is the group Mike Brown has right now. Devin Ebanks is out there with Odom. Then there's Derek Carrick. Then it's Brown. And it's Fisher in at the point guard. Outside Odom. It's tipped.
He's been sloppy here offensively tonight, guys. That's 4 turnovers now.
Lifts up. Jackson misses.
Oh, perfect opportunity to finish the break, and he blows it.
Steve, you have to be able to finish off plays like that. It's a must.
Odom, Brooks covering. Odom dishes to Fisher. Puts up a 3, gets the bucket.
Now we're getting used to seeing him hit those shots, aren't we?
Here's Brooks.
Boy, you look at so many of these great veteran players, and they managed to keep their careers going and going thanks to modern medicine. What was once a career-ending injury now is just a lot of times a speed bump.
Here's Durant. Blocked. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Clark, when you talk about all the advanced training methods and surgical techniques, in fact, I think about you and your knees, how what we know now would have helped you certainly then.
Possibly.
Extended your career. Steve, I think a lot of those career stat records are in jeopardy.
Yeah, they are, and it's not just the advancements in surgical procedures. It's in knowledge, and you see a lot of these older veterans in the league right now, like Steve Nash and Grant Hill and Kobe, who know so much. They've studied the conditioning, and they've been able to extend their careers because of their education and because of the way they understand their bodies.
Childress working against Odom, and Childress kicks to Fry. And the pass to Jackson. Picked up by Brown. Left side Jackson. Clock at 4. Launches a 3. That's good.
I'll tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there beyond the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that. Tighten it up out there.
Shoots it up. And the Lakers with another miss.
Look at that.
And here's Dudley for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Boy, he's a great option from long range on the fast break if you give him that much room.
And here's Los Angeles. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, almost impossible to win when you shoot the ball that poorly. You look at the numbers, it's no mystery why they lost this game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, in terms of setting screens, spreading the floor, finding high-quality shots, they failed a lot in those areas. And when you do that, you're not going to make shots.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Derek Carrick. Saul comes in for Devin Ebers. And it's Bryan in for Shannon Brown. Childress, and he sails in for the layup.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
I'll tell you one thing that's helped players of late is the advancement in training and understanding conditioning levels and diet and preparation. You look at guys like Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Grant Hill, Elton Brand, all of them on the deep side of 30, and yet they're making huge impacts for their squads.
Brooks outside. There's the triple. Good. Jackson's got 8 points in the quarter. You talk about those veteran players who are still going strong. You can also throw in Kobe and the big ticket Kevin Garnett, really finding a way to bring out every bit of what their bodies will produce.
And Kevin, a big part of it is certainly physical training, but also big advances in surgical techniques and rehabilitation. A lot of guys have had multiple arthroscopic procedures, and they can get in there, fix the problem, whatever it might be, and have shorter recovery times. I mean, science definitely having an impact on sport as we know it today.
The offensive rebound, and that one's good from Fisher.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Fisher against Jackson. He's covered by Fisher. Boards out, and it's sent back by Bynum. And here's the fast break. And Bryant gets it to go. Bryant's got 24.
I love how relentless he is. I mean, he just continues to come at you all night.
Jackson against Fisher. Jackson, that's good.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Outside Bryant. Can't get it to go. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And in a 4-game season series like the one these two teams have, you kind of want to establish your superiority right off the bat here in this first game.
Outside Jackson, the tray, another 3 for Phoenix.
Another bucket, and they are just pulling away here now.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're sprinting to the finish line.
Regarding the point Steve just made, Clark, just how much of an edge do you think it gives the winner of this game in the rest of the season series?
You know what? It's hard to say. I think it gives them a decent edge, but with 3 games still to be played after this one, the loser will have time to regain the upper hand later on. You don't know what injuries are going to be like and what the other dynamics will be. So it is a bit of an edge, but I don't think it's a huge one.
So it's the Suns winning easily here.
We beat them by 40 points. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You guys were rolling tonight, and you really seem to be feeling it with your shot. How much of a factor did that play in the win?
Honestly, not much, because I ain't get it rolling till the game was over.
Oh, it's nice to get on a little bit of a roll, and even nicer when we end up winning the game. I just kept getting open, and the guys were getting me the ball at the right time. So yeah, I guess my performance was a factor in the win, but the team as a whole made it happen as part of executing our offense the way it's supposed to be run. It definitely wasn't just me. Definitely.
They like that answer. Man, they gave me 6,000. We're already at 90, and this is about to be the second game, third game.
Ready for action are the Suns. This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Phoenix as the Suns take it to the hardwood at U.S. Airways Center. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Clippers.
Yeah, tough to win when the ball doesn't go in the hole, and that was a team that was ice cold shooting the ball that night.
Well, Steve, shooting percentage is a function of the kind of shots you get. And if you don't get good ones, you're not going to shoot a good percentage. That was their problem, poor shot selection.
And now the State Farm starting lineup. Here's a look at the Portland Trail Blazers. Aldridge and Camby up front. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Brandon Roy. And for the Suns, we've got Durant. Gortat is out there with Hill. Then it's Nash. And it's Booker in at the 2 guard. Here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Well, now let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Nate McMillan. Doris?
Last season, Kevin Durant established himself as perhaps the elite scorer in the NBA. Coach told me he's very conscious of what the Durantula is capable of. He can make shots from 3. He can drive in either direction. He can post up. There are simply no holes in his game.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Aldridge sticks it from 17 feet. Aldridge has got 6 points.
I tell you what, we've talked about it a number of times, but the issue for the Blazers the last few seasons has been that of health. I mean, the injuries. They've been seriously hamstrung by significant injuries to their star players. Fortunately, they have a deep team, but they sure have needed it.
3-pointer. No good from Booker. Gortat gets whistled for a loose ball foul. That's his first foul.
A little bit reckless there, trying to get that rebound, and he gets the call for going over the top.
Yeah, he practically tackled him. I mean, he was draped all over him, Steve. That was an easy one.
Here's Felton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Well, you look at the Blazers, Clark. Last season, LaMarcus Aldridge emerged as an all-star caliber player and a leader, yeah. You know, but still, Steve, a first-round exit. What do they have to do to take the next step?
Well, I think the key, Kevin, is what happens with Brandon Roy. Is he going to return to form as an all-star player, or will the injuries continue to bother him? I think also Portland needs to improve its outside shooting. They could use another front court player. But we'll see what happens. But this is a very strong organization. A lot of great history here.
Portland leading this game against Phoenix here. It's the first look at the Suns.
Well, these teams were very similar in a lot of ways last year, especially in the standings. But they were able to take the season series from them.
Here comes Vince Carter. Outside Durant. Aldridge is covering. Passes it to Booker. Fires from deep. Phoenix, no good that time either. Yeah, they were two pretty decent teams last season. Clark, as Steve just made mention of, their regular season matchups were interesting.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, but they had an advantage in just a few critical areas that gave them the upper hand. They did a good job of winning the majority of those games.
And the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason. Odd.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there, Kevin. That's obviously not the smart thing to do, so a mistake there.
Marcus Camby, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Felton kicks to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. From beyond the arc. Cannot hit. The Suns trailing.
Well, you take a look at LaMarcus Aldridge at the offensive end, guys, and a versatile scorer in the paint, the jump hook, the jumper, can score with either hand. Oh, he's tough to deal with.
Shot to end this cold run. Cut the bucket.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Little General, guarded by Jackson. No luck, and Phoenix will take it the other way. Well, the thing about Aldridge, Steve, with his length and his soft touch.
Yeah, going straight to the hoop, attacking the whole way.
Yeah, nice finish. Cap that break off in style.
Trailblazers trail by 4. There's the feed to Matthews. Right side, Felton. Matthews dishes to Felton. Portland, no good that time either. Suns leading by 4. Here's Booker. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Beyond the arc, another 3 for Phoenix.
He's come right back with the triple.
And I'm going on. How about a 3 for a 3, Steve?
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
It was a moment when they made me the point guard. After I made that assist and 3-point, they made me the point guard. I felt like that was when I took Aaron Brooks' spot. That was like the first time I played point guard the whole game. And now definitely Aaron Brooks' minutes at point.
Here is Matthews. They really need more from him in that loss to the Clippers. Right side, Matthews. He dishes it to Babbitt. 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
God, we're definitely something shit.
Here's Felton. 4 on the clock.
I gotta get you talking shit.
Fades back. And it's missed off the front rim.
One thing you know when it comes to Nate McMillan as a coach, his teams are very disciplined and deliberate. And he's a bit of an anti-run and gun guy. He preaches more ball control and making the smart plays than forcing the tempo.
Jackson in a 2-guard. Durant is out there with Michael Pietrus. Then it's Nash. And it's Booker in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Abbott. It's blocked. Suns leading by 21. Here's Jackson. He gathers, and he misses the fast break layup. Going back to McMillan. Steve, that is a bit of how he played as a player. I mean, he also liked defense, too. I know that.
Yeah, he was a tough player, smart, very heady point guard during his playing days, and really made his mark in Seattle playing under George Karl. He's one of Karl's all-time favorite players.
Here's Felton. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
This run a definite concern. They've lost all momentum. They need to try to sort this out right away.
This team is scary.
Here's Babbitt. Up and in on the layup.
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
Here's Booker. Misses the three. Trailblazers trail by 21.
You know, for the Suns last season at U.S. Airways Center, 23-18 was the record at home. Still above 500, but of course not the kind of mark they've been used to setting there in the past.
6 to shoot. Now here's Felton. The rebound by Petrus. Steve, that record at 23-18, that was their worst in the last 7 seasons at home.
Now things may get worse before they get better for Phoenix because they've got some older players, and this is a franchise that's got some difficult decisions to make. And it's also a franchise that is very accustomed to winning. One of the all-time leaders in winning percentage in the NBA.
Kicks to Babbitt. Covered by Petrus. Outside for Felton. Guarded now by Nash. Little General. Jumps up. Can't get it to fall. Suns leading by 21. Right side Durant. Fires from the corner. Can't get it to go. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable. Full court pressure here in the man-to-man.
Boy, it takes a lot of energy for both teams in this kind of situation, the offense and the defense.
For three, and the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 9.
He is not the guy you want to leave open behind the arc, guys. I mean, come on, you got to understand who you're defending.
Feeds to Felton. Guarded by Jackson. Babbitt's shot is off.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead. Looks like they're going to hold on to the ball and go for the last shot of the quarter.
Well, clearly this is the time to do it.
This team is crazy, dude.
With 1 on the clock, that one wide left. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Suns on top.
And welcome everyone to this early season edition of H. The Clippers at Staples Center took the win.
Trailblazers trail by 11. On the court for the Trailblazers. Aldridge and Camby up front. Roy out there with Armand Johnson. And it's Matthews in at the small forward position.
He looks good, getting it done consistently from deep.
Steve, I know you love the 3-ball, and he's been sharp, kind of like Steve Kerr used to be.
Down low, and the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. Here is Brooks. Durant with a screen on Johnson. And Aldridge comes over to help. Brooks kicks to Jackson. He's covered by Roy. Shot clock at 5. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
And that's not really his range. Has a tough time in that mid-range area.
You know, LaMarcus Aldridge is really such a gifted big guy, Kevin. I mean, great length at the power forward position at 6'11", and a beautiful, soft, feathery touch. Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? 22 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
Outside Jackson. He's picked up by Roy. The three is launched. And again, it's the Suns missing. And Clark, you mentioned Aldridge's soft touch, but in the past, Steve, some have said that that wasn't the only part of his game that was soft.
Yeah, and I think that was unfair, Kevin, because he's a guy who's gotten better and better inside. And I thought last season was his best year ever. Really carried that Portland team on his shoulders. And he did add some weight and some strength. And sometimes it takes a few years for guys to physically fill out and to play that aggressive style.
And the basket by Jackson. And the Suns lead by 14.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
Roy kicks to Aldridge. Defended by Durant. Outside Matthews. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Boy, that's too easy. You cannot let a shooter that good get a warm-up jump shot like that. If you do that, it'll be raining all day from out there.
Hill with it. This is to Jackson. He's picked up by Roy. Aldridge against Durant. Over Aldridge. And that one's good. Durant. Durant's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Johnson. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Goes up. LaMarcus Aldridge again. Aldridge has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's 7 of their last 10 points coming off of assists, guys.
Slick, intentional, willful passing can really break down the defense, and they're showing us how to do it.
Johnson over to help. Brooks working against Johnson. Here's Booker. Outside Durant. The tray. Another three for Phoenix.
He's really been the focus of their offensive game plan. And he's come through for his team as they've built this lead.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
A moment to check. So it's the Suns winning easily here.
It's so fun playing with them. It's so fun playing with these dudes. This feel like the Warriors.
You guys followed up a huge win last game by dominating again tonight. Is this the kind of performance that can spur the team to a whole new level of play?
We keep the small ball lineup. Me and Steve Nash could stay in the same lineup. It'd be ridiculous.
I hope not. It shouldn't take a couple of big wins to get us playing at our highest level. You would expect guys playing in the NBA to be capable of bringing it night in and night out. But maybe that's not the case. Either way, we'll take the W and see what happens next time out, you know?
In other words, we're not going to get too big-headed.
Me and my Mercedes, bumping ice, ice, baby, screaming shady till I die. Like I have a paradise, life's crazy, so I live it to the fullest till I'm crazy, and you only live it once. So I'm thinking about this nice, nice land, and wait, don't stop me now, boy. Living life in the fast lane, but at the speed of life, and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank, almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now.
Memphis land of the Grizzlies in a fine Western Conference battle at the FedEx Forum. With you for this installment of 2K Sports coverage of the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg to bring you all the action. All right, presented by State Farm, let's take a look at Phoenix's starting five. We've got Hill. He's out there with Marcin Gortat. Nash out there with Durant. And it's Booker in at the 2. And for the Grizzlies, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We talked about their offensive game plan, and he hinted that they'll be displaying a lot of different looks in their offensive sets. He said in order to beat a team with this kind of defense, they'll have to keep things fresh and keep them guessing each time they come down the floor. Guys?
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for the report.
You know, that strong defense on the other side obviously has them a big concern.
Yeah, no question. And they're so good when you isolate, they're going to really close you down. So you've got to keep player movement, ball movement. Try to get that defense on the move. That's the only way you're going to get good shots against this team.
Mayo against Durant. Clock at 6. Here's Gay. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, you have to be impressed with the way the Grizzlies were able to transform themselves into a top 10 defensive team last season. They were near the bottom of the NBA the season before.
Steve, you're right. You know, when you look at the Grizzlies, their improvement on defense was terrific. You know, I call them these bulldogs. But Tony Allen and Sam Young played a pivotal role, I thought, Clark, and just the toughness quotient that they upped by what they did defensively last season.
Well, Tony Allen, Kevin, is one of the best defensive players in the league. I mean, he's right there in the top. Actually made one of the all-defensive teams in the league. I think he made third team all-defense, and he might be the best perimeter defender in the league, particularly on the ball. He's got a commitment to defense and a toughness where you're not going to shake him. The guy's going to stay there and be in your chest, and I think that kind of sandpaper edge rubbed off on the whole team.
That's a good point. Now here is Conley, guarded now by Jackson. And it's Michael Conley with the 3. Conley's got 6 points. Nash kicks to Jackson. The 3. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
Coming back with a 3 of their own. I like that. Good response.
Yeah, I agree with you. See, this is a team that will not back down. I mean, I'm not surprised to see them answer that way.
Outside Conley. Randolph backs in. With the fadeaway. Can't get it to go. And Phoenix will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, the biggest factor was probably all the opposing turnovers. Those guys were being very loose with the ball, and it cost them.
There were some pretty glaring errors made out there, Steve. It was certainly not what you would see at a clinic in terms of ball control.
Here's Conley. He has 6. Defended by Nash. A leaner. Game. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, oftentimes, Kevin, we'll see players struggle in their first season after getting a big contract, but not Rudy Gay. The only thing that sidetracked him was a late-season shoulder injury.
Well, despite that injury to Rudy Gay, Clark, the production has to be encouraging. You said career highs, Steve, almost across the board.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, Kevin, 47% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. He makes his free throws, 80% there. So Rudy Gay, really an emerging star. It'll be interesting to see how they can kind of re-engage him into this offense after he was injured last year.
Outside Jackson. Back to Nash. Now Mayo defending. Here's Jackson. Zach Randolph with the rebound.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
He passes to Gay. Here's Mayo. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. Mayo's got his first points of the night. Jackson a screen on Conley. Nash against Conley. Fires the three, and that one's good.
And again, the lead changes hands.
Yep, back and forth we go, Steve. I mean, back and forth, neither side caving in.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Here's Smith. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Mayo out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Shane Battier. Then, boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown. I tell you what, I bet that's the best assist we're going to see tonight.
Well, he laid it up there, Steve. A pass where only his teammate could get it.
Perfect timing. I mean, that's what you need to make that kind of a connection.
Suns trail by 5. Right side Jackson. There's the feed to Durant. And he lays it straight in. Durant's got his first 2 points.
Man, is he hard to defend. You play him one way, he'll just go the other.
Picked his pocket. So it's Phoenix now. They trail by 3. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Well, last year's season series between them was a battle of 2 of the NBA's mid-level teams, and they didn't get the better of them.
Now Smith. Conley left side. And it's Carter picking him up. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Vince Carter picks one up. These guys were a tough opponent for them last year, Clark, like Steve was just saying.
Yeah, when you're so evenly matched with the team, Kevin, it doesn't make you feel that good to have dropped most of your games against them, because you feel like you should at least win some of the games you play against this team.
Conley against Jackson. Conley picks him up. 6 to shoot. Jackson against Conley. Launches it. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Another open look. Hits bottom from outside.
Yep, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Gay outside. Defended by Durant. He goes up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, guys, you think back to a team like the Suns. They had a terrific shot at winning the championship just a few short seasons ago, and it doesn't seem like they're in real contention right now going forward.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And Phoenix with a change here, too. Gortat's checked in for Vince Carter. A nice shot by Booker.
You see very few mistakes from him at that end of the floor.
We're talking about the Suns' fall from contention, some of it age, but Steve, a number of tough breaks and maybe a few self-inflicted wounds along the way.
Well, Steve Nash is getting older, still was a very productive player a season ago. I think the biggest difference, though, for Phoenix was not having Amari Stoudemire, who left as a free agent for New York. So the talent base went down, and now Phoenix is faced with some question marks as they look to the future. They're going to have to make some changes eventually and kind of reload to get back to that championship-style level. Got just enough of them on the way out to draw that whistle.
I thought that was a good call, Steve. I mean, you could see how that affected his shot just a little bit.
Steve Nash checked in for the Suns. He doesn't get the second one.
By all accounts, Kevin, it was a great season for the Grizzlies last year. I mean, a bit of a down season for Marc Gasol, though I thought he rebounded and scored pretty well in the playoffs.
Here's Conley. 13 points in the game. Feeds it to Gay. Pass to Gasol. Knocks it loose.
That's just a sloppy pass, a lack of focus there.
Jackson, that's good.
Well, they really look to run immediately after that turnover.
Well, that's how you cash in. You don't want to waste any time after the turnover. Go at it right away.
And you look at Marc Gasol, 26 years of age. Steve, how good do you think he can get?
Well, he's one of the best centers in the league right now. And you look at the size and the strength to go along with the skill. You know, he can pass, he can score, he can knock down that 16, 17-footer at the foul line. And he has turned himself into a very, very good basketball player.
From 11 feet away. And yes, sir, that one drops. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Memphis. Here is Conley. 9-point game his last outing. Jackson is tagged with the reach. That is his first foul of the game.
And one more foul, they'll be over the limit.
You certainly don't want to do that. I mean, you don't want to give away free throws the rest of the quarter.
Randolph inside. He's guarded by Hill. The 3 from Gay. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Hill's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nash kicks to Jackson. Puts the lead pass in front of him.
Great steal in the paint. Thought he might get a layup out of it, and he wound up turning it over.
Suns leading by 5. Durant against Mayo. Guarded now by Jackson. A look from Mayo. And again, Memphis no good.
You know, they've really had the upper hand in rebounding all game long. If the game stays this close, rebounding could play a big part in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a big advantage for them here, and they certainly needed it.
Jackson misses.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time, but yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
It's off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. That'll do it for the first half. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2.
Welcome to HP at the half. The NBA season just getting underway. The Suns have been tearing it up. They're off to a hot start this season. They'd like to continue that hot streak in this game. Physicality taking over the game. They are muscling their way around the paint. And for Memphis, they've really been... The Pacers in Indianapolis.
Here's Jackson. 15-point game. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Steve?
Well, it will be soon if they don't cut into this lead quickly.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, there's who Alvin Gentry's going. Jackson, he's in at the point. Josh Childers out there with Michael Pietrus. Then it's Gortat, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot. Conley kicks to Randolph. Left side, Randolph. Conley's shot is off.
He's missing a lot of shots out here. Offensively, he just has not been able to produce in this quarter.
Doubled by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Here's Booker, guarded by Mayo. Jackson is whistled for the loose ball foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And they will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, good clock management is essential here.
And here is Conley. He's got 13. The feed to Randolph. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Jackson. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit... Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Well, Cav, the Suns come away with the Sprite Spark. Up and down this roster, everyone has been prepared to play. If they keep this level of play going in the fourth, they'll be able to hold on to this lead, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. We've got Rudy Gay, Leon Poe out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Conley, and it's Henry in at the two-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Conley with it. Dishes to Poe. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. From the line. There's the bucket. Good. Conley's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Grizzlies. Jackson against Conley. Jackson dishes to Booker. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 19. Jackson against Conley. Rudy Gay on the wing. Defended by Durant. Here's Henry. Again, Memphis.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on him.
Here's Jackson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Michael Conley.
But that's only his first turnover, so he's done a nice job here offensively. Finger roll, that's pure style, guys. I like that.
Here's Booker. Here's Jackson. Running out of time. Covered by Conley. Outside Durant. Shot clock at 6. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
It's hard to put a finger on what they did best off.
All right, man. I'm about to call it.
Easy win for you guys tonight. Did you see that one coming?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. In the NBA, you're always going to be facing good competition. But we've been talking as a team, and we really feel like our game has jumped to another level. These guys were all executing exactly the way Coach wanted us to. And this is the type of result we expect to get when we do that. This game should serve as a message to the league. We're ready to win, and we're ready to win now. And with the talent we have here, this team's capable of anything.
Six man now.